Welcome to the More Than More podcast, where we discuss building meaningful, impactful businesses, careers, and lives through real estate. Okay, morning, Kaitlyn.
Good morning.
Wait, Kaitlyn, Kate.
Yeah, I have
but
an
not
identity crisis.
But not Katie.
Not Katie. Nope.
I wasn't planning to bring this up, but what is that all about?
So my formal name obviously is Kaitlyn, but I spell it kind of funny. And so I do Kait for and then Lyn. So Kaitlyn. There's like
what's
four
the normal
different
version?
You can go Catelyn, Cait, Katelyn. There's just a lot of different versions.
Okay, so yours is the only version that I knew was normal. So
okay, great.
For the record.
Awesome. And so then I go by Kate, but I keep the Kait, which isn't super common. Kate is more common.
Got it.
So I didn't want Kait on my signs because then people would look me up and they'd spell Kate and then they'd lose me and then they'd be like, I'll find somebody else.
So was this about your marketing identity?
Was. Yes, it was.
What'd your parents call you growing up?
Katie Bug. So then now I'm Katie. So I really have an identity crisis. I'm all over the place.
So that's perfect.
Yep.
So you grew up as Katie Bug.
Yep.
When you and I first met however many years ago, I think you were Katie.
No,
you were not.
I was Kaitlyn.
You were Kaitlyn.
Yeah, which is still super weird because I'm not a Kaitlyn. But
then what did you put on your first signs?
Kaitlyn. I'm still Kaitlyn on my signs because of the
So
spelling.
why were people calling you Katie?
I don't know.
Was no one calling you Katie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think just you.
I just feel like in the last few months, your name's been a topic.
Yeah.
We're like, we need to get your name right.
Yeah.
So what's the identity crisis?
Because you don't even know what to call me. Are you Katie? Are you Kaitlyn? Are you Kate?
I have been informed that Kate is appropriate.
Sounds great.
Kaitlyn is appropriate.
Yep.
But that Katie is not.
No.
And Katie Bug clearly is not going to be one of the options.
No, that's not going to go in my signs. That's for sure.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Your second time podcasting with us.
Yep.
And
excited to be here.
Well, happy Friday. It's supposed to be like 60 degrees outside, so it's going to be a great day.
We'll take it.
Centurion.
I know it.
How'd you get there?
Really great people, honestly. Like my clients and stuff are solid and consistent. I think the consistency is like the word I've used for like my last 5 years in real estate.
What does that mean?
Consistent with like communication, how I'm like relaying to my clients. I feel like so this is my 8th year.
I can't
almost my
believe
9th, which is crazy. And I feel like after year 5, you hit like a really nice knowing of who you are. Like your first few years, you're seeing what people are doing and trying to like, okay, they're doing that right. So like, why recreate the wheel? I'm going to like try to do that. And then you kind of piece together your identity in your career.
You're like, not Katie Bug anymore.
Not Katie Bug anymore. Now I'm Kate. I rode the wave.
So explain that some more. So in the beginning, you're looking around and you're seeing how everybody else is doing it.
Yep.
But it's all there. It's a smorgasbord of a board of other people's things.
Yep.
And they're not all the same.
Right.
So there's a process of trying to figure out how you're going to play the game.
Yep.
And you're saying it took you 5 years?
Not necessarily 5, but I mean, you have that like weird COVID window in there where it's like you're like surviving because it's in a good way. Like you're so busy, but a lot of that stuff you like your pop buys and a lot of that is honestly muted because you're
you guys
so
had to
busy.
adapt
Yeah.
during that period. It was very reactive and a whole new world.
Yeah.
So talk me through your journey then. So you start in 2000?
I start in 2017.
And before that, what are you doing?
Before that, I was at Iowa State. I did not graduate from Iowa State. I didn't graduate at all because I just knew that wasn't the direction I wanted to go.
So you're saying you jumped into real estate out of college?
Yes. Yep. So I started working for Colin Pansy and Don Edwards, who worked for Jerry's Homes at that time. And that was like the best way I could have started, honestly. I think just learning and like watching the systems that somebody who's doing it so well in place is really like advantageous for your business rather than just like jumping in and trying to like guess.
What were you doing for them? Were you working admin or were you selling?
Working admin.
Okay.
So I did all of their back end stuff and they were 100% Jerry's Homes. And so like my love for new construction was like developed in there. And my boyfriend, now husband at the time, was new construction. Like his parents built houses all of his life. So it like kind of intertwined really well.
So you're dating him at that time.
Yep.
And you're watching them do new construction.
Yep.
And your boyfriend's family's in new construction. So you have like a light bulb moment where it's like, hey, I want to go, I think I see a path, or how'd that progress?
100%. Okay. Yeah. Because you have this like your whole life, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And I feel like there's a lot of people who know exactly what they want to do and what they want to be. And then there's people who are like me. And like, I know I want to be a mom, but I know that I also like need other things to fulfill me. And I don't know what that looks like. And I'm like a super creative. Like I love to be a part of like projects and like start to finish goals. And it was like a light bulb that went off, even like in the real estate world, not even necessarily new construction. They both blend so well. Okay.
So you're like, I've had enough helping you guys. I'm going to go get my license. And then what happens?
And then I join Iowa Realty for 2 months.
I forgot all this history.
Yeah. So I worked for them for about 2 years, which was great. And then they broke off and then started doing their own thing separately. Don is still with Jerry's Homes. Colin left and started his own brokerage and team.
And you're at Iowa Realty still.
And I finally get licensed right when they're like breaking off. And then I'm kind of deciding what I want to do. And I'm like, I think I'm good. I want to like try it like myself. I think I'm good. And then I joined Iowa Realty for 2 months, closed my first, and it was like just an awful experience there. And I say that with like just zero help, zero guidance. Nobody even like introduces himself to you. You're kind of in like this little bubble. And then
this is in 2000 what?
This would have been, so I got licensed in the fall of 2017, and then I came here like December 27. So it was like really fast. So
from Iowa Realty to here.
Yep.
How'd you find us?
My husband's aunt.
Okay.
Worked here.
Yes. so you joined the Altoona gang.
Yep.
This is when we had an Altoona office.
Yep.
And that was a crazy group of ladies.
Yep.
And your aunt was there as an agent.
My husband's aunt.
Your husband's aunt.
Yes.
Okay. We'll just move on from that chapter.
No, it was great. It's funny because I'm from Ankeny. Grew up in Ankeny, graduated in Ankeny, K through 12 here. So I know Ankeny super well. So for me, choosing Altoona is just so random.
But it was because of the connection.
Yes.
Because we were a small office. We had like 7 or 8 agents there at most.
Yep.
I think we just opened that little branch.
Yep.
And so you joined the crazy Altoona gang.
Yep.
And somewhere along the line, you actually decide that you want to not be there, you want to be here.
I think it was your the transition of that office kind of like
we're not
dwindling.
sure we're going to have that office anymore. Yeah.
Yep. And you always want to be around people that are like over, like you never want to be like the best in the room. And not that I was the best in the room at all there, but agents stopped being agents or moved away. And then it was just fizzling. And I was like, I need to be around people that are excelling and people that I can like watch do great things. So
yeah, that was a super interesting chapter. I mean, your start, obviously we're talking about you, but also for us as an organization, we learned a lot from that experience, bringing in several people, and there were some great people in that group, but adopting a group of other people from another organization that didn't share our cultural identity and thoughts and philosophy. And so you were thrown into a group of agents from another company with their own little office that really didn't fit into who we were and how we operate very well. So
fully.
And then you were torn, right? Because I think you were plugged in there, but you felt more connected here to our training. And does that make any sense?
Yep. So I still came to like all the connect here and all the team meetings here. So it actually wasn't that big of a transition. It was just kind of where
that's where you sat. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So then you jump in here to Ankeny.
Yep.
And then even then you've now moved across to the Urbandale branch.
I know.
You just keep upgrading to like better and better groups of people, or what's the deal here?
I mean, kinda. No, I'm just kidding. Ankeny is great.
Urbandale's special though.
There is something special about Urbandale. Yeah. The people there, the agents that I've connected with there, like Abby is one of the most special humans I've met. And she's doing awesome in her real estate career and is just so authentic and real, and just all the people there are really incredible people. Yeah.
What's other than just a solid group of human beings, what do you think the secret sauce is in Urbandale?
I don't know. It's like I couldn't tell you how to recreate that thing. It's like it's just really good people that want to help answer questions for other people. Like everyone collaborates there really well.
And they're all there.
Yeah.
There's just,
yeah.
I don't think there's a real estate office in the country that people organically just are at the office all the time as much as that place.
Yeah. But everybody's still totally individually doing their own things. But it's like the COVID aspect, how like so many people worked from home. And then it's like, no, you need to be around. Like the culture there is just great.
I think it's one of the best things we did as a company was encourage everyone to get back into the office as soon as we possibly could.
Yep.
I was going to say post-COVID, but the truth is it was like in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, that was genius. Maybe it was just a stupid risk at the time, but we knew people needed people.
Right. Well, you even look at it from like before COVID and you're like, oh, working from home, having your own office at home, doing all of your things. And it's like, we're not meant to be alone. Like you were meant to be like surrounded by people. And I'm really big in like being around good people make you a better person. Mm-hmm. And that's that office. It's great.
So you've been hanging out there for almost
over a year. Yeah. August of last year I moved over. Yeah.
Well, Ankeny misses you. Yeah. But we get it.
Sorry. Yeah. No, it's.
So then talk about
your here for stuff.
Talk about your trajectory. Okay. So throughout, it's weird. You're a COVID kid. That's.
What does that mean?
What do I mean by that? I mean, I was 19 or I was 20 at a very pivotal time in my life where 9/11 happened. So I think of myself as someone. There's groups of people that were really impacted by certain events. Your career, in part, it wasn't defined by COVID, but like you were really getting your feet underneath you right when COVID happened, and so. Yep. Yeah, I just think that is a part of your story more than some other people's. But your journey starts just before that. You've now been 8 years. What's the trajectory been? Last year, you almost doubled your business or more to hit Centurion. Yep. And it's a remarkable feat. I was having a conversation with some agents in Waverly yesterday. I think just because we're a bunch of crazy entrepreneurs, we forget how much of accomplishment that is. Like that is a significant amount of business. We just have awards and we get them. But by the time you win that award, we haven't even had our awards banquet yet. We're already into the next year, the next set of goals, the next set of problems. But I just want to say for the record, like all of those Centurions, double Centurions, grand Centurions, I mean, these are unbelievable accomplishments in terms of the amount of production. It's a significant amount of revenue and a lot of work and a lot of sales. So you hit that last year amongst a small group of people. I'm interested in the journey that got you there. Yep. What that looked like. Were there ups and downs? What worked? What didn't?
So I will start with COVID.
See?
So, yeah, I guess that was a pivotal part of but it's not like a good COVID. I was like extremely exhausted, like post-COVID. With real estate, with all of it all together, honestly.
You're kind of growing a family at this point too, though, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot going on.
Yep. So I had my son in 2023 in March, and I didn't like post or like verbalize like, hey, I'm taking like some time off, but I needed like a second.
This is your third.
This is my third.
Okay.
Yep. And it was, so from like March until like August of 2023, I needed just to like mentally refocus because I mean, COVID, it was like, hey, this house is for sale. Like you have to go to it within like an hour.
So when you say COVID, you don't mean like 2020. You mean that full 3-year period of craziness.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was like, all right, I'm taking my kids with me because we have to get there within the hour. And then there's multiple offers. And then you lose because you're competing against 8 different people. And then you're writing on 10 others with the same clients. Like it was draining. I was drained.
Frantic.
Yeah. Yeah. And, even like the process of it for COVID was like, how bad do you want it? Like, we're not going to do an inspection on it. Like, I think there was just like also the like moral ability of like, what I truly believe in, like the steps of the process of my career.
Are we doing the right thing for our clients here? Because it's what you had to do to get it.
It is. Yeah.
But it didn't feel right to you.
No, it didn't. No.
Interesting.
And you express that, but they're like, I don't really care. I want the house. And so it's like like ultimately it's your decision. Yeah. So I think there was just that like a little bit of exhaustion period where I'm like, oh goodness, do I want to keep doing this? And then I had my son, I took a few months off, and then I was like totally ready to get back into it. I think there's like the healthy like vacation mindset where it's like you truly do need to take a vacation, unplug for a minute, and then get back into it of like life.
What did that look like? You physically stopped working for how long?
I didn't necessarily stop working. I just didn't do like work.
Proactive stuff, lead generation.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There was a few clients I referred off.
Okay.
March to like November. So not.
That's significant.
Yeah. And it was great.
You took 6 months to get your head straight.
Yep.
And then you showed back up.
I showed back up better. Yes. I was ready to go. So yeah, it was a very good decision I made. And I got to spend 6 months with my like son more intentionally than I would have in the like chaos of running around, like bringing your babe to team meetings and stuff. Cause it's just like what we do, and it's great. And it's a beauty of why, especially a lot of women choose what we do, but there's also the ugly side of like your family and your work are combined cause you're a mom.
It's hard to get away from it too.
Yeah.
It just follows you.
Yep.
So, okay, the question I asked was the trajectory. You said it starts with COVID for you.
Yep.
Because again, it defined your career. Other than rest, did something change in how you approach the business then coming back after that break? Or what helped you elevate the way you have the last 2 or 3 years then?
Let me think how to answer that. Yes, I think during that period, I also did like a decent amount of potentially behind the scenes stuff where I truly did get my systems in place, because as you're moving through the motions, you also need to set aside like office hours to get your systems in place. And then COVID is like the rumble of it all. And then you don't have time because you just need to do that. And so this was a really good like back end for like my career. And then I was like ready to go. So then when my mindset is ready to go, it's like, okay, I am like at this. Like, I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be meeting with clients again. I'm so excited to be doing, I don't want to say going through the motions, but like elevating the motions that I'm now going through. And so that was me even being like involved in more things and like networking more naturally, because I'm now finding like my passions and my, I don't want to call it like mom people, but like through church and through like women's groups and through just different things, like you connect with people because we're
that's where you're
going through the same things.
Yeah, that's your social circle, and that's your phase of life.
Yep.
It feels like what you're describing is a degree of, it's sort of how you said it in the beginning, finding your version of the business, and then feeling comfortable. It's organic and authentic is the words that come to mind.
Yep.
Because
the authentic one's big, because I even like dove into like YPN and did all of that. And it was like, I was fake. So forced. Like I was forcing myself to do this stuff. And I like people. Like I like communicating and I like talking to people and I love being around people, but it was not me.
So you found your people.
Yep.
So talk more about that. You said other moms, people in your phase of chapter of life, and then you said church community, stuff like that. So what have you found has worked? Where have you found your space, and where are you getting most of your business from?
So I found gosh, I don't like to keep using COVID. This is like cheesy, but
only because I brought it up and
we moved mid-COVID to a whole new area. So I'm from Ankeny. My husband's from the Altoona area, and we moved to Indianola, which feels like a state away, really, in like the big picture of like friends, because you're not driving like 50 minutes to like hang out with friends.
Why'd you move down there? So you could build a crazy Barndominium or something?
Land is more affordable in Warren County.
And you guys are big.
My husband's a builder, and so that was like kind of just what we could afford and what we wanted, and then it ended up being a place we love.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so
but that was mid-COVID. So I think that was also that was like COVID. And so I think that was also the transition of like, I just needed a minute to like root myself a little bit. And then now back at it.
And is most of the business down that way?
No.
So ironically, you're down there. That's your people.
I'm all over.
Okay.
No, I'm all over. A lot of my business is curating there now. So now I'm having like people who are selling and buying again with me, where it's like starting the like tumble of it all. And so that's been great. But I don't like to like niche myself with market, because I'm from Ankeny. So I have so many people here. My husband's from Southeast Polk. He has a lot of people there. And then my siblings are now in West Des Moines and Waukee. So I'm like, I don't want to like niche myself somewhere. But
so you put a lot of miles on the car?
I do. I do indeed. Yes. I think like last year I did like 60,000 miles.
For real?
Yeah.
In 1 year?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But I did really well last year. Last year was my best year in real estate. So I'll take the miles.
That's insane. You should talk to your CPA about how to write off vehicles.
I know. Yeah. I had to get a new one. I was due to the miles aspect, but.
So you've settled in now.
Yep.
Do you think can you imagine another chapter like that coming where you need to take another 6 months?
No.
Why?
Because how do I answer that? I don't need it.
Okay.
Like everything for me now is like, I am supposed to be where I am in my career. My family is like, I think it was also like wrapping my head around on like how I'm managing my family with also working, because I chose this career just so I could be super present with my kids and like a super good mom. And it's like, I'm not meant to be like a stay-at-home mom. I'm meant to like, this fulfills me so much, helping people buy houses in the new construction realm, which I'm like really big in. Was a lot of my business last year.
Sounds like you've dialed it in. You found your zone.
Yep.
And you've built some systems.
Yep.
And what I'm hearing you say is you don't see that repeating, because that was just that was you reacting to a really, really fast-paced, crazy time.
Yep.
Where you didn't have your feet underneath you yet.
Right.
Now you do,
yep.
and you think you've got a plan that's sustainable.
Yep. Yeah, I feel good.
Other than 60,000 miles a year in a car.
Yep. Yeah, that's why my kids get to go to Mexico, because they get allowance. Because they also work with me when sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But
it's good for them, I think.
I agree.
So talk about the new construction thing. So Andrew, your husband,
yep.
his family, his dad
yep.
or?
Yep. So he grew up in a home building family.
Yeah.
His dad built like so many houses in the Altoona, Runnels, like that little bubble over there. And
what are they called? The construction company?
Oh, So they are not a company anymore.
Okay.
So his dad no longer builds houses.
Got it.
08 it was extremely detrimental to their business due to a lot of land that they own got seized by the banks, a lot of developments, a lot of stuff. So 08 was like a super big turning point in their career. They were doing like 100 houses a year over there.
I mean, everyone went upside down at that point.
Yep. So that was extremely detrimental to their business. And then they kept kind of trying to do it like 5 to 10 houses a year, kind of lingering. And then I think the passion and love just like fell off. I don't think that they were like in it anymore.
Okay.
So his parents stopped building houses. He still loved and was the passion. He worked for a different builder at the time and then moved into a different builder to learn and do things there. And then now is full-time building for himself. So yeah.
And what's that called?
That is called 8th and Hollow.
Say again?
8th and Hollow.
What does that mean?
Gosh, everyone asks us that. There's
no
meaning.
Creative.
I need to like make something up that it means, because it's like, oh, that's so cool. What does it mean? Nothing. But
I know
makes you like think about it, because you're like, oh, wait a minute, 8th and Hollow. Yeah. Okay. Like you actually think about it more rather than like.
You need to create a story.
Yeah, I know.
So he's building,
yep.
He's speccing, he's doing customs.
All of the above. Okay. Yep. So this year we're project probably like 10 to 15 houses we'll build this year, and probably 70% of them are customs.
So obviously you guys are married, so I know what we means, but describe we to me better. He's building. What's your involvement, not just on the sales side, but are you involved in the development of those products, or how are you engaged in the construction space?
Very. So I'm fully involved. So I do like all of the like adminning type stuff, but I'm also like the full designer over there. And so once I started getting into the new construction stuff, I did go and get my like design degree at the And now I'm here.
Are you interfacing with the clients then on those builds?
Okay. Yep. So I'm full client relations, all the design appointments, all of the like blueprint appointments. So I am honestly probably more like the face, and he does all of the everything. He does everything.
So it really is hand in hand.
Yep.
You guys are a construction company.
Yep.
And how much of that, how much of your business is in that sphere versus then traditional resale or other stuff?
Right. Last year, not on it. Last year we did five new construction last year. And most of it is new construction, my business, but not necessarily with us.
Yeah.
So like I did 2 with Caliber last year. I have one really big one with Black Birch that's going to close this year, and KRM multiple.
Buyer customs or buyers like
a little bit of both.
Specs that you.
Yep. Okay. A lot of them like spec turned custom or full customs, but the new construction realm, even with like Jerry's stuff that I've done still that I just closed on in January. So I don't limit. So there is a weird lane there where if I have somebody like one of my previous buyers come and be like, hey, we really want to build a house. There's that like lane of awesome. Let's interview 3 or 4 different builders and I am here.
One of them's me.
Yep. Or not, honestly. It just depends on, we kind of have been niching ourselves to Warren County. And so if a lot of people are wanting like Clive or Urbandale, like we're not really going there.
I thought we weren't niching ourselves.
On the building aspect of
Got it.
Yep, because he likes to be super hands-on, and he can't be hands-on if he's driving multiple places a day.
Well, what that gives you is a very unique, it's not so much unique, but it's a specialized capability.
Yeah. Because
your capacity to guide any of your buyers that are in the new construction space, you have specialized knowledge of that I think most realtors don't, right?
Yep.
You have an inside scoop on that process, whether they work with you guys or somebody else. Yep. You get to act like a consultant to them on the buy side of new construction.
Yep.
Do you package that? Is that something that you communicate? Is that how you market yourself?
I don't not market myself that way, but no, because of like the niche aspect. Like, am I super knowledgeable in new construction? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I super knowledgeable even in like the vendor / design side of new construction? Yes, I am. But that is also like advantageous to like why I'm like, look at this house of Caliber. Now we can customize it and make it your own, or Black Birch, et cetera. Yeah. So it's a perk, no matter who it's, whatever builder it's with, honestly.
What I heard you say there is you're not putting it on a billboard. You're not saying this is who I am, but it's what you're delivering. It's part of your value proposition.
Yep.
So what's the new construction space like right now in the marketplace? We've gone through a few years of elevated interest rates. I imagine it's a harder time for builders to make money. I think we've seen less dirt turn lately. I'm not sure how much you want to get into this, but where is the new construction world at? We actually saw some builders drop out of the marketplace the last 2 years as well because it got a little tricky.
Yep.
And we're still underbuilt. We still need more real estate.
Yep.
But I don't think that they're building everyone at a pace that's really helping that problem. So just what's the state of the new construction market right now from your vantage point?
My vantage point, I think it's good. I think it's solid. I think the statistics show that it's down, especially with you being like a few different builders now are no longer building here or are no longer building in general.
Well, there's realtors not selling either, right? So doesn't mean it's bad. It just means there's been churn.
Right. It's funny because like statistically last year, like wasn't supposed to be a great year for us in real estate. And it was my best year in real estate. And last year, if I actually like broke out my numbers, 75% of it was probably new construction. And so like my lens of new construction is like we've built multiple specs and they sold before they were even done. And so my lens of new construction, even with buyers buying other new construction, has been like really high in the past 2 years.
Well, what I like about that is I'm glad you used the real estate example because in any environment, there's winners and losers.
Yep.
So it's just about how well you're playing in the marketplace. What about the Barndominium thing? Is that a thing? Do you guys do that?
We do.
Do you live in one?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
I don't know why I got that in my head.
It's so funny.
It's what you build.
No,
you built one?
We built one, and it has like spiraled into like, hey, who does Barndominiums? And it's like, hey, reach out to them. But my husband does do a lot of like outbuildings for people. So Warren County is like super acreage, rural, like a lot of stuff like that. So we've done 2 Barndominiums now, and we've spec'd out a lot for people, but then they come back and they're actually not cheaper. Because somebody who wants like a ranch house and then a separate,
what they're looking for? They're looking for affordability.
More affordability on a big scale. So they want a huge garage mixed with residential, and it's like, here's what a ranch is and an outbuilding separate, and it's like you're not saving money. You're putting them together, and it's still like, and you still have to fire code it. Like there's still so many more. There's so much steps to it.
So what's the appeal being?
Because people think it's cheaper.
So all the people that have done it, they just got they got stuck down that channel and just pulled the trigger and went.
I think so.
I'd rather have
it's like a style too that people are like, I like it.
I like that I can walk out of my kitchen and go rev my motorcycle.
Apparently, yeah. So we've probably had dozens of meetings due to the Barndominiums, and then people end up just building like a residential house with a residential outbuilding.
Well, that would be my pick. If I could get that, I'd rather have that. So if I find out it's the same price, then I guess that's the direction we go.
Yep.
Okay, so that's not a thing. So if someone
it is a thing, but it's not a thing. But it's just so funny because that has been like a label on my forehead, even on like the Central Iowa Realtors, like who does Barndominiums? And it's like I'm tagged like 10 times. Well, I'm not complaining about it. It's great, but it's funny.
Well, it's another specialization, or again, you don't like niche, but I think some niches are good.
I agree.
They create a space where you stand out from the crowd.
Yep.
Okay, so if you guys have a Barndominium need,
please call us. You will end up building a house with an outbuilding.
Talk quickly about family. I feel like that's very close.
Yep.
For you. You guys are pretty tight. It looks like you're pretty connected.
Yep.
It feels like you get to work together too, which is very unique. I frankly think that's maybe a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Not everyone could work with their spouse. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there's pros and cons. Mm-hmm. But it feels like you're building this whole thing as a way to have the family life that you want to have. Is that a fair way to say this? Or
absolutely.
And yet there's this tension that I'm hearing between, and this is common, I want to be a mom. Also, I really have a passion to go build something, and I don't want to be just a mom.
Yep.
Which it's been fascinating for 20 years for me to watch that tension in a lot of our top producing lady agents. Mm-hmm. So just talk through that. What's that all look like? Family's a big deal to you.
Yep. Have you ever had a pregnancy announcement on your podcast?
Have I? Oh my
gosh. So my husband and I are married 10 years in September. So almost our 10 year, which is fun. We have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 2-year-old, and one due in May. And we're excited. And I couldn't do it if I didn't love my job, and I will not be, anybody listening, I will not be taking 6 months off. I'm ready to rock and roll. All my systems are in place to go. But yeah, no, it is funny because you listen in team meetings and you have a new agent come in and it's a woman and she's like, I want to be in this space because I'm a mom. I want flexibility and free time. And everybody looks around and it's like, oh, that's just.
You have no idea.
You have no idea. Weekends and nights and all of the things, but in the greatest way possible. And so I guess, that's kind of where.
Well, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's cool.
We're excited.
I'm guessing the rest, everyone knows, family knows. Does Urbandale
know? Some do. Some just look at me and are like, wait. And I'm like, yeah, I have put on weight, but it's in my gut and a little bit everywhere else. But yeah. It's good. We're excited.
That's cool. Are you planning on like a soccer team or?
No, this is it.
This is it.
This is it. Yep.
So you're not going to take 6 months off.
Nope.
You've dialed this thing in.
Yep.
But you're adding to the team.
Yep. Adding to the team, and I got it. I feel like going into my third, having a baby in my world of my career, I didn't have it then. I didn't have it under control. Now I'm like I'm good. Like, I know when I'm going into this, I'm good. But regardless, that's like my family life. Like, that's something that we wanted, and that's something we're going to do. And my career allows me to do it.
So what's that secret? I mean, maybe it's not the same for everybody. So for you, how have you manipulated this thing so that you've created a system or a structure or a balance that allows you to get the best of both, that you have the confidence you have right now? How do you juggle it all? It sounds like they come along for the ride sometimes. That's part of it.
Yep, it's part of it. Family. My parents live super close to us. Both of my siblings who lived in like SF and Dallas all moved back here. Family is super important. I think it's also like who you surround yourself with now, like friends and stuff who will help. But I also think I have kids in elementary school now. And so I think our routine is just like way more set. And I didn't do daycare for my two oldest, and which a lot of people don't like the daycare aspect of it, but we love ours. And I think it's just creating something that'll creating that space makes me a better person, because I tried to juggle like being at home with my kids and working, and I couldn't do both. It made me like a bad mom because I was trying to work while doing it. Where I think creating the systems of like parenthood and like my hours, which granted you can't really create hours in this industry, but
you've separated the spaces more.
Yes. And I think that was my huge realization of like, I can't do all of this. Like, I can't have my son home with me all the time and me working all the time. I'm not a good person for it. And so when I created places for all of it, I can do it all.
And I think your Colby is like you're 5'7" or something. So you're a systems builder, right? Like, am I correct about that?
I haven't done Colby. I've done Enneagram, but I haven't done Colby.
I swear I saw your Colby. I could totally be making that up. That's funny.
Is that the one where we would have had to come in and take it with Travis?
No, that's Strength Finder.
Ooh, maybe I took a Colby. You want to know something actually really funny? When I started my career, I was a 2 on the Enneagram scale.
You're not supposed to be able to change that. You saying you did?
Oh, it's funny because I had somebody be like, hey, like last year, hey, you should retake it. I mean, that was 8 years ago. That was right when I became a mother. And I've taken it twice because I didn't believe it at first. I am now an 8.
That's me.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't think you changed. You probably just like figured yourself out more better.
I also think in this industry, this is going to be soft. Like, you can't be like a pushover. You can't be soft and like motherly, where I think you have to be. So I would categorize myself as like super authentic, but also super goal oriented, and not necessarily like transactions or dollar amount, but like with my clients goal oriented. Like there's some wins and some losses that you have to take.
You're mission focused.
Yes.
You want to get to the,
yeah.
I'm not an expert, but I know enough to be pretty confident that 8s and 2s actually do have a connection.
Okay.
Healthy 8s can manifest as 2s.
Okay.
So I actually think what you're experiencing there is some interplay between those two.
Yeah.
We should go talk to Vic after this. And you are not a 7 follow through. You have taken Colby. You're a 5-4-7-4.
When would I have taken that?
Right when we brought you on.
Oh, so okay.
And your 7 is your high is actually your quick start. So you're actually not afraid to take risks, move quick, fast, do things, expand your family, things like that.
Apparently,
build barndominiums.
My move quick and fast, I have had to reel in.
Yeah,
because you got to take like a minute in some of the situations in our career and just not respond right away with, you need to just sit in it. So has been.
You mean like reacting to people, or you mean making plans?
Both.
Yeah.
Mine more so is like, I am too good at communicating, where it's like somebody will text me and be like, hey, I want to see this. It's like, awesome, sounds great, let's do it. And then my husband's like, hey, we have this, this, and this. And it's like, that's going to have to wait. I'm going to go do this. And then so it's like, I'm too quick, where I need to reel it in a little. So I'm working on that this year.
I'm going through a chapter right now where my kids are old, like 20 and 18 here in a couple of weeks. And so we have time and freedom. I'm coming into what I don't know if you've heard it described this way, but spring, summer, fall. The fall is like from 40 something, 43, 44 through 66 or whatever.
Okay.
So that's the fall of your life.
Okay.
And what I understand is it's summer, the peak working years, building the family. It's actually the unhappiest time of your life.
Oh, funny.
And so I'm coming into fall, but what I'm experiencing and looking at people around me, like you're peak summer, peak building, peak career, peak, right? And it's hard work because you're juggling so much. It's interesting to me, this is just me musing, by the way, how much some of you guys are accomplishing in the middle of your summer, right? Like the sales volume that you're reaching while juggling 3 kids right now, and now a 4th.
Yep.
What it excites me for is the notion of like now all your kids are in school. Some of them have cars. How much more I'm experiencing what that freedom looks like.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot more time, you got a lot more leverage, a lot more capacity, a lot more, frankly, just compounded knowledge and wisdom. It's just crazy to me what's possible for you guys in the future. So
yeah,
it's kind of fun to think about.
It is fun to think about.
You mentioned briefly something that I didn't know much about before we pushed record, and that's this orphanage in Zambia. Tell me more about that real quick.
So it's called Land of Hope, and my dad was a district manager for Target most of my life. He had to retire my senior year of high school due to medical reasons, and he has always been involved in the church and missions trips and stuff like that, but never like consistently. Like I probably went on 5 missions trips from 10 to 18. And when he had to retire, it was like a you have to retire type of moment. And so he went to Zambia, the same Bible college you went to, I think, at the beginning.
Wait, because I went there when it was being built.
Yes.
How'd you know I went there?
International Bible Institute of Zambia or something like that.
This was years ago.
We talked about it.
Okay, sorry. I'm bad at that.
No, that's okay. So he
I
went
have
there.
permanent pregnancy brain.
Oh yeah, that's okay. COVID brain, pregnancy brain, it's all the same. He went there, fell in love with it, kept going back, met a pastor there that wanted to start an orphanage. And my dad's always been like loved kids. And obviously there's a huge need there. And so he started it in 2018. And yeah, now we're in it. There's just under 40 kids there, 12 staff.
Is it near the
It is not.
Okay.
No. So it's probably like an hour and a half outside of Zambia in like the full bush of Africa. And they just opened a school there. So
wait, what's the city called again that you fly into?
Zambia.
No, that's the country.
Yeah, but the
city, I know the name. I just can't remember it right now.
Why am I so...
Where the Bible college is. It's okay. We'll edit this part out, and then I'll AI your voice in where you say,
great.
This is the name of the city.
This is a pregnancy brain symptom currently happening.
We don't edit.
My parents are going to listen to this and like scold me.
How dare you?
I know. Yeah. So yeah, now they started a full school there, and it's also for like all the village kids, all the local kids. And they're on the transition of it being like fully self-sustaining. So full ag school. Hopefully a doctor's office will be there, and so that they don't have to travel.
There's enough revenue coming in from those projects to actually fund this thing?
So that they, not yet,
that's hard.
Pretty close. Yeah. So it's self-sustaining currently for them. So like the food cycle and everything right now. And then like, I think they had like 700 chickens that they all just sold to create more and selling grain and all of this stuff. It still needs
outside funding for probably
currently.
The staffing. And what I've learned in third world sustainable development work is the notion of fully self-sustained is a little bit of a stretch. The truth is they need some financial help for some of the foundational stuff, and it's okay. I think we've almost over glorified the notion of it being entirely self-sustaining.
No, it's not. It's more so like we have a school that is like helping all of our kids, our Land of Hope kids, and then now also helping hundreds of local village kids. That's like super huge. That was a goal of ours, and that happened last year. So that was a really big deal. And then like the ag stuff is taking off. It's not the goal of, like you're saying, is to hopefully use that as revenue to start paying for stuff within the school. Yeah. But it's a really beautiful thing happening.
You go out there from time to time? Or?
I have not, because I keep having kids. And it's like you're going for like 2 weeks, and then like the travel, like it's not like an easy haul.
So did your dad do this? Your dad?
My dad
Did
and my
this
mother.
In combination, your parents in combination with the church, or they did this sort of as their own little project?
Just them solo.
Must have been a lot of lessons along the way there, because I know how much we've learned. And
Still are.
Yeah,
still are. Every year's a new year.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
So
it's cool.
The goal, take the kids out there sometime, or wouldn't that be fun?
Yep. My husband has been there. I've been to Zambia, but I actually went to the Bible college. I didn't make it to Land of Hope yet. But yeah, I'm super involved in that mission, and hopefully we'll take the kids there.
It's fun.
In the next probably 2 years. Age 2 is like when you can get like the correct vaccines to go over there. So
it's just, crazy. I do remember the conversation now vaguely. But because I that Bible college I went to when it was literally just brick and mortar. Like they were building all the facilities, and that was my first. I mean, I grew up in Africa, but it was my first, call it a vision trip, right? To go out there and start figuring out what we were going to do. Yeah. And good memories there.
Yeah. You went with Joe, I think.
Joe, myself, and Jared actually was along for the trip on that one.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's like the OG trip.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, we're probably at time here. Tell me about the year ahead. Tell me about what's next. Forget the year. Tell me about what's next. What's on the horizon? I mean, it sounds like I already know part of it. Part of it's making a human being.
Yep.
Other than making a human being, which is a pretty phenomenal idea.
Yep.
For your business, goals, stuff like that. What's next?
It's funny. I did remove myself from niche earlier in this conversation, and now I'm like wanting to niche.
Full circle.
The goal is not all of my business, but a lot of my business to move where I am. And so that would be like the Warren County, or at least like south of the metro, which I think just when you work where you live, it makes your life so much easier in the sense of like being able to drop stuff to go show houses and or sell houses and be able to be there rather than hosting an open house and I'm driving 55 minutes. So I do get why people do it. It's smart, and you're not putting 60,000 miles on my car. But I also had a really great year last year.
How do you solve for that? Because I love the idea. It's simplicity by design.
Yep.
You're creating you're an architect, and you're building a world that makes a better universe for you and your family.
Yep.
There's a trade-off there of all the business, the people, the relationships, the opportunities you have throughout the rest of the state.
Yep.
So what's your thoughts on that? Do you team? Do you refer? How do you do that?
No, I still do it because it's people that I want to take care of. Okay. And it's like, if I don't do any like lead generation, all of my stuff is by referral. So it's like, it's my cousin who's wanting to sell his house and now build a house in Ankeny and Polk City. And it's like, I know I'm the best to take care of you because I care about you as a human. And like, I'm for sure going to do that. And so I think it's more so establishing I've now lived in that Warren County area for 5 years. And so I think I'm establishing myself there so much more that like, I'm hopeful I have a bigger growth there because of the people I'm meeting, the houses we're building there, and just naturally that should happen, especially where I'm plugging in. But
especially with your business model.
Yeah.
I mean, you work with people that you know and like and trust you. Yeah. What I hear you say is not less elsewhere, but more there.
Yep. So yeah, keep it the same that I'm doing in the metro and plus.
And the way to do that is just Coles, Nuts, Popeyes, people you know.
Yep.
Nothing fancy.
No, nothing fancy. It's just authenticity, doing what you say you're going to do, plugging in places that actually fulfill you and people can see your passion. And yeah, hopefully.
Isn't it sensational that that's the formula for success, and that you can produce at the level that you're producing, and I think you'll keep growing, and that the formula is just what you described there. There's nothing that magical.
No.
It makes me excited for our industry and excited for what we do and our philosophy. I think we've got the right idea. You've done a good job executing on it.
Yeah. We have a good culture here. I feel like everybody, maybe not everybody, but a huge percentage of the agents here cultivate that, where it's like you meet other agents and it's like so not authentic. You can tell it's just for the numbers, and it's when you feel that you're just kind of feel defeated. And so like when you match that with your clients, it's like, yes, things can happen and bumps can happen because it's real estate and houses, things can go wrong and things like that. But
they will.
Yeah. It's who your team is and the confidence to like get you to the end goal of like hopefully a dream home of yours, if it's a first home or your last home. So.
I say it on repeat. It's a privilege to do what we do. And
yep.
It's fun to get to do it the way we do it, because yep. the relational approach to this business is a beautiful thing. And yep. So yeah, super fun to see your trajectory and growth.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm where I am.
Right?
Yeah, it's fun. Even at the round table, it was like, oh, you're a Centurion. I was like, I know. I can't believe it either. It's great. It feels good. And there's obviously so much growth and so much more that I want to do. But doing it independently with no assistance or anybody else on my team, it's felt really, really great.
Well, back to the summer, fall, winter, you've got a long trajectory of career opportunity as well. So it's fun that you've built this at this young chapter of your family, and seems like you can do whatever you want from here. Sky's the limit. So
hope so.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing. I think there's lots of fun stuff there. I'll send all my Barndominium leads your way.
Sounds great.
And I'll make sure I get your name right.
Perfect.
See ya. Thank you for joining us today. For more episodes, resources, and show notes, head to morethanmorepodcast.com.